Ever recording?
Yep.
Dude, let's talk about Twitter. Grab the door. Talking about Twitter. And Kieran's gonna kill me for wanting for recording this video. But I really wanted to talk about how other recruiters here in Brisbane are using Twitter. I think a lot of them are really crap at using Twitter. I think because a lot of them don't really give a crap about Twitter. But there's a lot of people going into digital recruitment now. There's one or two guys actually, and maybe a girl, Kate, who are using Twitter quite well. Now I'm talking about the engagement piece. Okay, there's a lot of people who are constantly pushing, I need this, anyone know this, we're hiring. Who gives a crap? Alright? You've got to build the context. By building the context, it takes a long time to do it. You need to be there all the time. You need to be talking to people about video shows, what's happening at the moment, current affairs, different things, small talk. You know, you need to be there talking to them, engaging to them on lots of different things, building brand equity, which is building friendships and relationships.
Yeah, the number one thing about social media is to be social. I mean, you can sit there and talk till you're blue in the face. Hey, I'm looking for this. Hey, I'm looking for this.
Yeah.
I'm looking for this.
What about this? Well, this was shit today. Well, this happened today. You know, like, yes and no, that's all right. But like, you're looking for, push.
Yeah.
It's just like so many people are doing it, and it's like they've got it. It's the number one gripe about, and this is not about gripes or anything. This is about educating other recruiters, other salespeople, people wanting to sell on social media. The number one thing that's super amateur, A for amateur, is people who have their LinkedIn accounts hooked up to their Twitter accounts, and then they'll write something. It'll go past 140 characters because on Twitter you can only put 140 characters, including the spaces. And they'll go past 140 characters and they'll put it from their LinkedIn, which will then push through to their Twitter. And then you just look down their feed and that's all they've got.
Yeah.
And you wonder why they've got like 23 followers, which are like half their team and some of their family. And then they're just going like, how do I do this? What do I do?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to like take advantage of it, you've got to be there all the time. You've got to put in the time. Super critical, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like building relationships with people online, especially through Twitter, is like, you have to be there. The primary purpose of social media is to be social, and if you're not being social, if you're not out there creating engagement, if you're not creating content that people want to engage with, like the whole social media aspect of a business is to build trust with your audience, to make you seem less corporate and more
real.
Yeah.
Because you are going to screw up sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Say sorry. Stop to get your ego. Say sorry. I screwed up. And just be real, because it's like it comes through a little screen here. It goes right the way through and it touches you on the heart.
Yeah, exactly.
It's as real as being face to face. There was quite a funny story. I've probably not told you this, but there's one particular recruiter in Brisbane who had a bit of a blast at me one particular time. I think it was about a year ago. Who was saying, I don't know, Jason, we do face to face meetings. I don't know where he's working now. I mean, like, it is so relevant as face to face. Face to face is obviously awesome as well, but now in 2013, now 14, coming up very, very soon, there is so many different channels in which people wish to engage upon.
Yeah.
So if they don't want to just be called all the time, email them. If they don't want to be emailed, they want to be called, or they want to be text, or you can reach them on Twitter, or you can go into Instagram and engage people in the comment section on Facebook. You can Vine people. There's in the comment section you can re-Vine stuff. There's so many, like, what is it, like omni-channel marketing?
Yeah.
Like, this is omni-channel marketing selling. Like, there's so many different avenues you can get to people. Gatekeepers, it's not really a thing now. Someone was telling me yesterday about a gatekeeper. He's got like 2 minders or whatever it is. It's really hard to get to him. That might be true, but the guy's on Twitter, whether he tweets you back or not, it's a time thing to sit there and genuinely engage and set notifiers on him or her. Like that client or that type client you want to get to, set notifiers on your Twitter when they tweet. If it's relevant and you can add something back, tweet them back. You just never know when your chance will come, and because you've put the time in, you've stayed there, they've seen that you've put the time in, they'll trust you, and that's where the building of the trust comes in, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was talking to some social media people a couple weeks ago about whether you engage people who only are interested in your product, or if you engage people like everyone. And the thing that stood out to me most was just engage wherever you see an opportunity, whether that's somebody who could potentially be a client or not. They might know somebody that could be a client of yours and retweet something you said. Like every opportunity you have to engage someone, whether they're a client or whether they're just some random person that shows up in your Twitter feed, just
absolutely
be social and reach out.
And it's not one time, it's not 2 times, it might be like 3,300 times. Okay, and another thing is, and old sayings are still very relevant today. Like, how do you judge a man's character? It's how he treats someone that can do him absolutely no good at all. And that's very much like Twitter. Talk to everybody. You never know who sees those tweets to other people, and when you tweet someone and then they don't reply back, people are seeing that. People are noticing. Like, people are noticing. Right now, we don't have all the metrics on how many impressions certain tweets get. The everyday person doesn't have that, but that is certainly coming. 2017, like when I first started in Twitter, I mean, obviously I was new to the platform, there wasn't that many people I haven't seen, but it's now what, October 2013, the amount of buzz I'm seeing it's grown like almost verging on substantially. And like, you're thinking 2017, 2020, which is where we still want to be around. We want to be around for the next 20, 30 years, and it's doing the same sort of thing. It's going to just become so much more relevant. I know we're social media heads and we love it a lot, but I just think that get on there, give us stuff, and like Gary Vaynerchuk says, check him out. He's one of my biggest idols, at Gary VEE. He says, giving up is coming on strong in 2012, 13, 14, 15 and forever after. It's just so relevant, actually giving a crap about people and putting the time.
You absolutely have to be social. Like, you can't afford to not be social in 2013. One of my biggest heroes, Devin Graham, or Devin Supertramp. You can check him out on YouTube. YouTube.com/Devin Supertramp.
His videos are like crazy.
Yeah, I went to a seminar with him once, and he said that if you're not on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, you're not going to be able to keep up with the rest of the world, no matter what it is you're doing.
That's so relevant in America, and how many things in the past and history, like look at history, it's got a lot to teach us, that America's done stuff and it's funneled through to us, and I think social media is definitely one of those things. But yeah, cool, let's wrap it up. That's Twitter, and that is putting in the time and giving a crap about people and talking back to everyone. Who cares how many followers they have, who they are, what good they can do to you. Engage with them when you can, and just put in the time and be there.
Just be social.
Be social.
Be social.
Be social and put in the time.